What's good? It's your boy Fannon. All right, man. Let's chop it up, man. What's going on, man? Hey, if my thing is running a little slow, if my thing is running a little slow, man, it's because I'm uploading something onto Patreon, getting it ready to go, man. So if you see me running a little bit behind in the stream, that's what it is, man. But let me say what's up to everybody first, man. I really did enjoy that live stream this morning, man, by with 78 and Black Fight Fan. It was absolutely great conversation, man. Wasn't about boxing. A lot of it wasn't about boxing, but man, as we get past some of these subjects, man, I'm a drop a couple cents on some of that stuff. What's going on, Chef Boy ID? Michael James 616. What's going on, man? Zoe, let's go. What's going on, man? B&B Boxing, Jeff the producer, Harold Jones, Daniel Irvin, Jaybird 904, man. What's going on? Hold on one second, man. Let me get you going over here, man. Jaybird 904, much respect, man, in the super chat, man. Derek McKee, man, what's going on, man? L File Player, whose tube is this mine? What's going on, man? Maurice McElroy, man, what's going on, man? What's going on, CB Sports? Also, man, dang, man. Oh, whose tube is this mine, man? Much love in the super chat. What's going on, Brown on Brown? Syndicate J, what's going on, man? Mark Aguilar, what's going on, man? It's cool to be you. What's going on? Johnny Bryant, what's happening, man? Man, I can't wait till this one thing is done uploading so I can stop dragging. What's going on? King Strike, Jamal L, Gregory White, what's going on, man? Gravy Day says sub for 9 and chat pushing 20K subs. Yeah, man, it's getting close. It's getting close, man. Yeah, man, that was my goal for the channel too. So that's a big thing, man. Hey, D-Lo 4, can you hit that gong for them fellows, Black Fight Fan in 78? Absolutely, I can, man. I love it. Hey, man, I love that show, man. I love that show. First, let me talk a little bit of boxing, then I'm gonna chop it up on that particular on something related to that, man. Because if you cats got to know, man, I'm not a street dude. That's not me. But I have a viewpoint on where that connects, where all that stuff kind of connects with me. And so I'll chop it up about that, man, in a minute. But look, man, Eddie Hearn said April 13 look like that's gone. Man, that shit is embarrassment, man. Shout out to that cat, Boxing Talk with Addy out of the UK, man. They did a really good video about that, man. I think that dude really tries his best. Being in the UK, it might be a little bit of a dangerous situation with a lot of cats to criticize Eddie Hearn, but man, come on, dude. These dudes don't have the money they're talking about. Otherwise, you're supposed to be able to make that fight. Why in the world would you that far ahead of time plan a date and you can't find an opposition for that date, but you're supposed to be the most popular cat, the biggest A side in boxing and all that, and you got to push your date because you can't find a fight? Nah, man, I ain't buying it, homie. That's ridiculous, Holmes. That's ridiculous. Oh, what's going on, man? Oh, hold on, man. Let me get back. Let me see this. Don Banks, what's going on? He says, so Blue said Floyd told Thurman years ago that if he beat Spence, he would fight him. I say he didn't remember Thurman saying he would Spence if the winner gets Floyd. What do you remember? I don't remember that, man. I think he might have said something like that. I remember that like, look, man, but here's the thing, man. He could have made that offer. Thurman still ain't going to do it because Thurman don't think he can win that fight. But I remember something like that, man. Something like that. Shout out to Eddie Hearn for staying true to form, being a fuck up. Yeah, dude, that cat has got to be one of the worst. How you fuck that up, man? That dude completely fucked that over, dude. Now he's getting off. Now he's starting to chase other people's fighters and leaving the PBC fighters alone. Trying to get Gennady Golovkin to sign with big money. Using DAZN's money to sign him. Man, I'm telling you, man, that dude's kind of a clown, man. Lawrence RB's Fannon, what's good? Saying ain't so. AJ had to cancel April 13th date. I thought AJ was a box office top draw. Hey, man, there was something came out this morning from IFL TV where he said it's looking like, April 13th is unlikely. That's the word from Eddie Hearn. April 13th is unlikely because it's getting too close. And Dillian White said he want more time than that to train for the fight. Look, man, stop lowballing people, man. Fight Victor Ortiz. I mean, fight Luis Ortiz. He's there. Fight Luis Ortiz. He'll come. $800,000, dog. You can make extra money for you. Easy fight and everything. Easy fight and everything. Everybody loves Raymond. What's good, man? No one fucking with Tyson Fury. Yeah, they are. Deontay Wilder is, man. Deontay Wilder offered that dude some money to fight. They got a fight coming up. I'm not sure what you're talking about. But I like Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury don't look good, though, dude. Oh, George Dublin. Dog, see, there you go. I was about to have a good conversation with you, but then you went and acted a fool, man. And got thrown out. Wilder going up to 245, dude. He might weigh more than that. Hey, dude, your boy don't look too good. That skinny, that shit don't look good, man. He might be overtraining. He might want to slow down, dude, and stop trying to, stop trying. He dude looking anorexic, man. That's just not, that don't look that good, man. Oh, D-Lo said, yeah, no, he's not, man. Yeah, he is looking deflated. Yeah, that's not an easy fight for Eddie and Joshua don't want no Ortiz, man. Donald Banks said Eddie and Joshua don't want to pay Dillian. Man, dog, they probably ain't got the money to pay him. Let's look at the super chat. I'm telling you, I don't think he got the money to pay him. I don't believe that money they're talking, dog. I have never believed that money that they're talking, dog. I've never believed the money that they're talking. Some of y'all believe everything that's coming out of those dudes' mouth, man. They said, Cash G said, cheekbone Fury. Oh, dog, he looks drawn to shit. Dog, he don't need to be coming in at like 230, 6'9", 230 pounds, dog. For now, Wilder should come in at 225, somewhere around there, man. Just eat. Deontay, remember to eat. All right, just remember to eat. What happened with boxing? UK fans told me. Sugar Fantastic building. Yeah, something around 220, something like that. Oh, man, Fury on that nose candy diet. I don't know, dog. Dog, that doesn't look too good, man. That looks too thin. Dummies shout just offer Dillian 35% and move on with it, dude. Exactly. But they trying to give him that flat fee. Oh, man. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, man. I got a cold, man, or something coming on. I got the sniffles. What's going on, KO? Ortiz will take $10,000 just to get it ass Juice Johnson's coward ass in the ring. Yeah, it covers expense. So he ain't got to pay for the fight. But you know what they'll do? They'll be like, oh, well, we'll offer you all you have to do is pay us $20,000 and you can have the fight. They're going to make the dude pay for the fight. Excuse me. Anthony Johnson, what's good, man? He said Eddie said he offered Wilder 40%, 5 million pounds. I'm guessing AJ making 7.5 million pounds. Much love in the super chat. Dog, that sounds more realistic, dude. That sounds a lot more realistic about what he's making over there, man. I don't believe him. Because they're too penny pinching, dog. They're too penny pinching. D-Lo 404 boxing said Fury is on that gypsy thinner diet. He ate the pie. What's wrong in the super chat, man? He's trying out for Professor X in the next X-Men movie, dog. He looks way too thin. Oh, Toot Robinson, what's going on, Toot? Always get the gong, Toot. He said, "Good thing you out of the shy." Yeah, man. No doubt about it, man. That color, that weather is not that shit ain't happening for me, dude. I love Chicago. I love the people in Chicago. I love the summers in Chicago. I don't want to be anywhere near there in the winter, dude. Not at all, man. Damon Hinton says, Fannon International Boxing, salute. What's good, man? Salute to you. B&B, Boxing and Barbecue. What up, Fannon? Work make me not catch you live in a while. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you got some work, man. I'm glad you got work. That's what's up. Stormy B, man, Fannon, there shouldn't be a shortage of coin if they took that challenge for Ortiz. Look a killer in the eye. but you know what they doing. They trying to buy they got that 10-year plan, man, and it's just a little hard on that 10-year plan right now, dog. Okay, cool. All right, so now that the thing is uploaded, I can now, my thing should come in better because my CPU isn't working as hard, okay? So let me do one thing, man. I'm sorry, I got to do something real quick. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Only people with a private link. Got it. All right, so now I have this thing open. Man, I got a new video coming up on the Patreon, man. That's what I was working on this morning. Did y'all hear about that dude from Empire? Did you guys, that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to get back to boxing real quick. Did you hear about that cat on the Empire show that said he had somebody attack him, calling him kind of, homophobic and racial shit? Did you guys hear about that? Bullshit. Oh, that's some bull. That dude is lying. Man, that dude is lying. That dude is lying, dog. And it's a shame, dog. Come on, man. Stop lying. You on the L, North Water, right? That shit's not too far from where I used to live. At 2 a.m. in the morning, on the L, at 2 a.m. in the morning. Who the fuck is out in the L in the middle of winter at 2:30 a.m. at 2 a.m. in the morning with a rope, chemicals, and a Make America Great Again shirt? Get the fuck out of here, you lying. That dude lying, dog. That's cold as hell out there, dog. It's cold as hell out there. And you talking about some union workers in downtown, cats from downtown, who the hell? Man, the fuck out of here, man. That dude lying, dog. Saying a neighbor saw the man. I couldn't give a shit. They lying, dog. First of all, it ain't the man. It was several. And they put a noose around his fucking neck. Get the fuck out of here. And they didn't do nothing? Dog, look, I've been a victim of racial attacks in Chicago. They're going to beat your ass, dog. Okay? That's not how they roll. You talking about, first of all, this downtown Chicago is not fucking, it's not Hickland, dog. Okay? This shit is not rural Indiana. Okay? You're talking, the cats are going to whoop your ass are going to be like some Polish cats or some Polish cats, some Irish cats, some Italian dudes. It's going to be somebody's name whose last name is like Pakovich or some shit like that. Okay? They ain't fucking down with Trump like that. These guys are fucking union workers. They might not like me, but dog, get the fuck out of here, dude. And they just gonna get the fuck out of here. His boyfriend slapped shit out of him. That's what the fuck happened there, dog. Come on, man. They're gonna whoop your ass. And all you got is a little scratch, and you still had the noose on your neck. You a liar, man. He's lying, dog. What's going on? Oh yeah, 78 said, I don't buy the Empire dude attack. Sound like a homosexual beef. Dog, yeah, exactly, dude. Look, man, that area is where I am from. Okay, I am from there. That's where the fuck I lived. Okay. It is cold as shit, 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. And they standing around scoping for him? How the fuck did they know he was going to be there at 2 o'clock in the morning? And why the fuck is he standing around with a ready-made noose and some bleach and a Make America Great Again hat? See, that's why I did this shit. Man, please sign up to my Patreon so I can say what I want to say. Trust me, I got an opinion on this shit. And they need to stop hijacking the cause, dog. They hijacking the cause, dude, and that shit pisses me off. They hijacking the cause, okay? I'm from Chicago. I'm from that area. I know how them cats get down, okay? They not going to be like, dog, get the fuck out of here, man. There's real problems that black folk have, dude, but they going to try to take that shit and use this as some way because they don't like Donald Trump to hype up and put some extra shit out there about Donald Trump and the people that follow Donald Trump. Trump, dog, I don't have any reason to want to follow Donald Trump or want any reason to be following them dudes, but you don't need to make no shit up, dog, okay? And try to add some extra fucking hot sauce on top of that shit, using black people's fucking problem, or legitimate problem that black people have, in order, number one, push that sweetie pie's agenda, and number two, push these cats' agenda that don't want fucking Trump around. The fuck out of here, dude. These cats be pimping the shit out of black people, man. And they be pimping the shit out of black people's struggles. Fuck out of here, man. That's some bullshit, okay? Say they make Chicago seem like deep woods, Mississippi. And exactly, dude. They ain't. And it's not like that, dude. They would just whoop your ass, okay? If they would have said something like, oh, dude got bust upside the head with a bottle, I believe that. Oh, they did what? Oh, they bust his head up upside with a bottle. They kicked his ass. I mean, they broke his ribs kicking him. That I might believe, because that's how them dudes would get down. Dude, they don't have some fucking trees to be noosing. The fuck out of here, dude. They just will whoop your ass with a bat. They may just whoop you, period. But dude, that's not the South. What tree were they going to lynch you from? And what fucking person is walking around with a noose in their pocket at 2 o'clock in the morning in the freezing fucking cold? They lying, dog. And they want cats to believe all kind of stupid shit. And he didn't even get robbed, dog. That shit didn't happen. Somebody whooped his ass. His boyfriend whooped his ass, and he had to make an excuse up. Why did you get put? Why is your eye like that? What happened? Oh, I got attacked. They called me gay, and they called me. They did. I got to take my video down. They called me a nigga. They made fun of me because I'm whatever the fuck he is. Get out, fuck out of here, man. I'm tired of these cats. Don't pimp our shit, dude. Don't pimp our shit, dog. Exactly, man. That's some stage bullshit. Oh, yeah, Rob Lee Sports Lee, no problem, man. And I dude, exactly, man. That's some bullshit, man. Hey, look, it's on the Patreon, though, because I'm talking about that shit on the Patreon full-fledged. Full fucking fledged. I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable on that because I don't feel like I'm on YouTube talking like that. Because I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm tired of it, man. And look, I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of that. What's going on, Ancestral Raid? He had a perfect haircut at the hospital, too. Man, dog, they would beat you. Dude, you understand that is the one place, dude. Let me tell you how Chicago cats get down, okay? They will whoop your ass. We don't have, he's not out in the suburbs. First of all, you're in downtown Chicago. There's nobody there at 2 o'clock in the morning. That shit shuts down. This ain't New York City, the city that never sleeps. What are you doing on East Water? What are you doing on East Water in the loop? Because that's that loop, right? That's that loop. That's that exit in the loop. Dude, I'm like, the fact that it was even open at 2 o'clock in the morning, dude, you're going to be sitting out there for a long ass fucking time at 2 o'clock in the morning waiting on the L. Because that shit gets real fucking sketchy about how much time it takes to catch that bitch. So how long were they sitting there? It's not like at 2 o'clock in the morning, the L it's not the New York subway. That shit ain't running on a regular basis. It's the middle of the night. You lying, dog. Fannon, did you see the footage? Columbus and Randolph area? Yeah, man, I mean, it was North Water. I didn't see the footage. I don't want to hear that. That's just bullshit. That's bullshit, dude. That just doesn't make no sense, man. The media made Jesse look like a punk. The real story should have been he fought off 2 random bombs and only took a small mark. Yeah, maybe that happened, right? Maybe he had some 2 cats. But first of all, he's on the L. So you got to pay to get up there. It's not even going to be two homeless people sitting there, because the L, you got to actually, the way the L works is you pay, you either swipe your card you got, you go to a machine, you put your coins in, whatever you get to get your card, you slide your card in, you go through those revolving gates, and you go through the revolving, and I think that particular one has the big bars where you can't just jump the fucking turnstile. You got to push your way through that revolving thing. If I remember that particular exit right, they're not even going to have two cats just sitting up there. Maybe somebody that got up there looking for a transfer or something like that. But nah, dog, I ain't buying it, dude. Don't be lazy. Smash the like button. Yeah, man, we got 206 people. Smash the like button. Appreciate it, man. And so my question is, how does this incident turn into let's blame black men and their toxic masculinity on Twitter? Did it? Oh, God. Go to my Twitter, dude. I mean, not to my Twitter, dude. I'm doing this shit on Patreon, man. Because I swear, man, that is the stupidest shit. Look, man, here's the thing. There's two groups in America, dude, that you know got the short end of the fucking stick, and the short end of the stick is known throughout the world, okay? And I talked to my daughter about this morning before she left the house. Black folk and Native Americans, okay? It's documented all over the place. There's constantly people who use that documented, no doubt about it, as oppression to attach themselves to it. And then they make an advance and leave us behind. Number one group that did that shit are feminists. The number one group of the motherfuckers that do that shit are them. Toxic masculinity. What the fuck is Terry Crews a bitch too, by the way. Terry Crews a hoe. You let some dude walk up and grab you like that, dude, and you ain't doing nothing because you scared of him. Oh, but you'll smack up 50 Cent, right? I'll smack you up. You'll smack him up. But the little dude who would give you a contract, oh, you're gonna wait, you're gonna let him rub shit about it, let him roll around in your hand for a second and cry and call the police. Go call Dorothy Elridge. I was sexually assaulted by a guy half my size. I'm so violated. Oh, but you gonna beat the shit out. Oh, but you willing to beat the shit out of DL Hughley and 50 Cent, right? Out of here. You're a bitch, dude. You a big ass bitch too. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. If that happened, they would have had possible suspects on cameras are everywhere. Of course they are, dude. Oh, bro, you should have a radio show. Hey, man, this is the best I can do, man. But I'm telling you, man, that shit is ridiculous, man. And I don't even like I try to stay away from current events, man. But I told my daughter, we're leaving out of the house, man. And I'm going to get onto this subject. And I'm saying this is going to be a lot of non-boxing talk today, man. There's going to be some non-boxing talk, okay? And I'm going to take this video down. Or I might transfer it to download it, take it, and put it on Patreon. But I'm not going to lose my live stream just for saying this. All right, first of all, man, I'm going to talk about the gang stuff, right? Or the street stuff, not necessarily the gang, but like the issue with the biggest problem that I see, because I had a conversation with this Italian dude on a plane one time, dude. Old cat, man, this cat was, like 70 years old. Older, man, he might have been older than that. And he had his son. His son was older than I was, and they were from Kansas City. And dude was like, I mean, cat liked me. Conversation, man. I was asking him questions, and he was talking about the mafia. And he's like, the thing about the mafia was this, we made a lot of money. Our people made a lot of money, and we used that money to get our kids into law school, to get our kids into become doctors. We use that money to fund legitimate businesses that we still have. And we're real wealthy right now because of that. They didn't stay there. They took that and moved it, right? Now that's called the ultimate money laundering, where you get that type of money, but you get big stacks of money. You're supposed to use that stacks of money and get away from the shit that you can get arrested for doing. You don't stay there continually doing it. You get the fuck out of there with it. Right? If somebody got their hands on $5 million, you got $5 million cash. What the fuck do you need to ever do anything illegal for again? Your child for sure shouldn't have to do that. That means their colleges pay. You hire a fucking tutor, right? Hire a tutor for English, math, right? You have 5 kids, hire a tutor in math and English and science, and you get them into a school where they can become a lawyer, or where they can become a doctor, or they can become a tradesman, right? Or they open a plumbing company. That is you taking the money, then you invest in that money in yourself, and then now you've got individuals who can then capitalize on that. The lack of fatherhood is one of the main issues, but they didn't have that problem. That's a dude who straight up Guido style cat telling me that shit. That's how they got over. They were like, okay, we got that money now. This is what we're going to do. I got to do this, but you're not going to have to do this. Son, you're not going to have to do this. I'm going to get my kid doing this. I promise you, dude. That's the biggest key to me. That's the key for me, in my opinion. That's the key to transit. And then this organization stuff. Dude, organizations, you cannot beat a world-class tennis player playing tennis. You can't do it. You cannot beat a world-class basketball player playing basketball. You cannot beat, we as a people of black people or whatever, we cannot beat them playing their game. You can't do it. You're not going to be able to organize groups, large groups of people out of that. You're not going to be able to do it because that is the system that they set up. The system is a system. And the fact that you're working in a system in itself tells you can't beat people who are excellent at setting up, dissecting, and breaking down systems, recognizing systems. It has to be individual, in my opinion. It has to be individual because that's the only system that you have complete control over is yourself. And that's why I think that whole united, independent concept is so important. We're united in the fact that we are independent of one another. There is nobody that can convince me to think differently than what I think. But how do you go about codifying that? Maybe a united worldview of what and the worldview is one of reality. Where are we? You're not going to organize. You're not going to out-organize them. Right? It's just like you're not going to out tennis play. You're not going to beat a tennis player at tennis. A systems analyst, somebody that's expert at designing, recognizing systems, designing systems, recognizing systems, breaking systems down, reforming systems. You're not going to beat them. And the thing that gets me is this. I'm not talking about any group of people. I'm telling you here. When I look at gangs in Chicago, for example, I had a kid the kid from Inglewood, right? Can't remember what he was. Can't remember what he was. But he broke down. There used to be this gang symbol website, right? Where this cat broke down all the different, individual gangs in Chicago and it had all the symbols and all that stuff in it, right? And I was talking to him and I said, you know what the fuck that is, right? That's just that flipped. And that's just the left side of that. And you can walk through it and connect the shit and draw a picture for you. And when you connect, I'm not going to get into people's business. But I spent a considerable amount of time several years ago studying symbology. And let me tell you, all those symbols are the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. People that talk about Greek fraternities, if that shit is not connected, that shit is connected. That's just the intellectual wing of the same fucking thing, dude. It's literally connected, dude. The formation of them, I would be shocked if the same people I would be shocked if the same people were not involved in the establishment of those fraternities that were established, that were involved in the establishment of and supported whatever led to the Crips and the Bloods. I would be shocked if they're not the same people. They're so much the same. So much the same. And the reason that is because there's a finite amount of systems. It's all built off the body. It's all built off the human body. It is. The whole fucking thing. The whole thing. And that's why when I look at somebody with tattoos on their arms, dude, I can read all that shit, dude. I can read it all. But that's not my business, so I sit back. That's not where I'm from. But I know why it's blue and it's red. I know why it's blue and it's red. Why do you think it's blue and it's red? Now, I'm not, like I said, that ain't my thing. So I'm not going to tell you why it's blue and it's red. I know why it's blue and it's red, though. And sometimes I wonder whether the dudes who are wearing blue and red know why it's blue and red. I know why the shit's blue and red. I know why your shit is that and now your shit is that. There's no doubt in my mind that it's the same thing, the same reason. And my shit's this. My shit's this. Some people shit's this. Some people shit's this. I know it. I know this. But people think that shit is just some abstract thing developed by some kids, and it's really fucking not. It's really not. But you got to understand. But I'm never going to give it because that's not mine to give. I used to sit with some other cat's dog, this motherfucker one time, and I'm going on this sucker, right? One time this cat, I was talking to this cat, and he was just getting fucking fancy, right? Real fucking fancy. And I was like, really? Blockbuster? Motherfucker was like, what? I said, Blockbuster. I said, man, don't get mad at me. That shit's public knowledge. That shit's public knowledge. Don't act like don't get cute. Just know who you're talking to. You're getting too cute. But I'm telling you, dude, this shit's about and I'm not gonna ever do that shit where, like, I'll tell him up in a minute, dude. I'm not ever gonna. I know what that is. But you all, many of you do not have a clue what you're saying. You don't have a clue. You can't avoid saying things, doing things, because it is in the nature of the fucking universe. It's in the nature of the universe. Systems and logic were created by the universe. It's fundamental and essential in the universe. And people know what you're going to do before you do it. Except in the case of the individual. And if you understand that from an individual point of view, then you can become constructive in what you do and make the amount of improvements that you can as an individual. And if you get the amount of money necessary, if you get that critical mass of resource, whatever that resource is, if you have that resource, you have got to get that resource out of that system. You've got to get out of the rat trap quick. You know what I mean? It's like a boxer that makes millions and millions of dollars and he keeps fighting. Dude, that's why I did the boxing channel, man, because you can really teach these things through the concept, just through another system, the system of entertainment. But like I said, man, that shit's got to be like individual discussion. What's going on, man? Yeah, red and blue. Yeah, red and blue make green. Yeah, they do. Anyway, man, someone mentioned to me a while back in boxing corners, red and blue represent Democrat. No, Snagsby, no. They do not. They don't. What color are your arteries? How do they represent arteries? Red, full of oxygen. Blue is oxygen depleted. Veins move the oxygen and are red. Arteries are blue. Oxygen is life. That is death. Life, death, oxygen, bloods, veins, artery, on and off, 1, 0, right? A study of the human body. You remember a star is a body, literally a body. Okay, but like I said, I'm not getting into that. But understand, and if you are one side of it and the side of it, then the only way that you make that whole and understand the whole picture is to bring that together. And splitting up things like that creates confusion. It's never to show you the full picture. It's to create confusion. But once you understand the full picture, then you can see how things work together, right? Yin and yang. You still get, and you have that, the like little sperm thing where one's black, one's white, right? But all of that symbology is really just tells you what you understand, right? But I'm not going to get into all of that stuff because that shit is like, I like when 78 and those guys talk about, you understand it like chemists, you understand the history, you understand that. What good is understanding history? Why is it important to understand symbology? Why is it important to understand? Why is it important to have a good understanding of finite. The most, to me, one of the most important forms of math is finite math. Why is it important to understand finite math? Logic and finite math, symbology, history. Why? Because it eliminates confusion from your life individually, for the purpose of what? Solve a problem. Everybody are constantly being presented with problems, and to simplify things and having an approach, a codified approach to how you approach life is, I believe, the number one thing that will set you as free as you can be set free. Exactly. The importance of history is understanding what mistakes were made. History, everything is history. Yesterday is history. If you have a boxing match, yes, you just had a boxing match, somebody hit you upside the head, you be like, damn, why did I get hit with that shot? Right? That's history. Right? But why do you need to why are you reviewing the tapes? To understand what you need to correct, not necessarily what you did right. Right? Look at all the things we did right. Well, if we did all that shit right, why are we here? Why are we in this situation right now? Okay? Obviously, that shit didn't do all that great or good, because now we still have problems we have to overcome. So what were the problems we had? Why weren't we able to solve the problems in the past? What do we need to do? Okay? I posit that an individual approach is much better than a group approach, right? Because you're your own leader. You're your own leader. But at the same time, you understand that you're united in the way that you approach problems, which if something happens to me, the whole thing don't fall apart. You know, something happens to one, because you can always chop the head off of it. You know, but the Hydra, right? When you chop the head off of a Hydra, what happens? Two grow back. That is, to me, is a metaphor for codifying problems. Because if you make a move against it, no matter what happens, it prospers because of it. Because of what? It recognized the problem. And once it solved the problem, it was twice as hard to defeat, right? So even when you're reading books and you're reading like allegories and stuff like that, like, what does this mean? What does that mean for me? Okay, there's a Hydra. If you cut a head off a Hydra, two grow back. Well, to me, that could mean problem solving. You caused a problem, the Hydra problem. Cut your head off. What happened? You got the problem. Now it's twice as hard to beat it, because not only did it understand what was going on, not only did it have its previous strength, it now has a new strength, but because of overcoming a problem, it now is twice as strong. You get me? Oh, we're getting a lesson today. Yeah, like I said, man, I don't like to do a lot of this. I really don't like to do a lot of this because I don't want to ever violate anybody's stuff. Okay? Because we all think we keeping secrets, right? We ain't no fucking secrets. Okay? Ain't no secrets. Right? The whole like people listening into you, being able to, dude, the world is a lot more of an open book than you think it is. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people are going to know what you're going to do before you do it. The key is for you, I think, for you to know what you're going to do before something happens. Right? How do you think about something? How do you react to something? That's the whole purpose of training. And you train boxers. You don't train boxers as an individual. I mean, as a group, right? The best training for a boxer is done individually because you're working on that person. You're trying to get that person's reflex together. You're trying to present certain problems that you know are going to come up and then give them a reaction, a reaction to that is already built in. And we have a lot of reactions as Black people that are already built in. There's a video out of this guy walking around to groups of young Black men, and he'll say something like this: "Can you give me directions to the store?" And the young Black man says to the guy, "Oh yeah, if you just go down the block." And then as soon as he starts talking, the guy says, "Don't tell me what to do." And it puzzles the guy for a second. What? Oh, I just want to know if you could tell me how to get to the store. And then the guy, well, go down, don't tell me what to do. And then immediately the guy punches him, right? He gets pissed off and he punches him. And this prankster does it over and over and over again to different young black men. Right? Now, I don't know how many times, because it's edited, that people are just like, man, just go away. But whatever it is, he consistently enough where he can make a reel of it, 5, 10 young black men punch him in the face. Now, he don't care that he got punched in the face. He just wanted to prove to people that he knew what they were going to do based on something he did. He made them punch him in the face. His goal was to get punched in the face. And he knew that he could do something that would make them punch him in the face, which means even though they committed violence against him, he commanded them to commit violence. He commanded them to commit violence. That's what he did. And even though he was the nerdy little dude, and that guy got gratification for punching him in the face, at the end of the day, it was that guy that was under control. Because he knew how that guy was going to react, and he made him react. So the question is, how are you going to react to stimulus that are put in your face? And are you the one making the decision, or was the decision really made for you? Right? Having a codified approach to what you do as an individual might allow you to say, hold on, man, this guy is taunting me. I'm not going to punch him. I'm going to say, you're very funny. Go away. Because it's not in my reaction to punch him. If he would have tried that to like a Buddhist monk, the Buddhist monk wouldn't have hit him. It would have been like, whatever. And he probably wouldn't have, if he wanted a reaction out of that monk, he would have had to get the reaction that that monk wanted to give him, or just knew it wouldn't work with him, so he didn't try. And so I think is if we train ourselves to have reactions that are not predictable, or if they are predictable, eventually they'll become predictable, but it won't work. Dumping a bunch of drugs in our community and giving people an opportunity to sell that to each other won't work, because we'll say, you know, I'd rather be hungry than have this money. No, I'm okay with being hungry. I'll figure out something. I'll go kill a rabbit. I'll go kill a pigeon or some shit. All right, I don't know what we're going to do, but, you know, I'm not going to do that, right? That will take some major changing in your mentality. But you know what's going to happen if you do that. If you dump a bunch of drugs, a bunch of money, and create an ecosystem in a community, that's what more than likely is going to happen. You can't predict who's going to do what, but you know that's going to happen. But as an individual, you can say to your, well, am I being constructive in what I'm doing? Right? But but some individuals that doesn't work with. There are people that were born in that community, that were in that community that didn't work with. Right? They did something else. So anyway, and I'm not putting any blame on anybody, because, you know, hey man, people got to eat, people got to live, people do what people got to do, you know? But that's for the Patreon. That's what I'm saying. Join the Patreon, man. I love to talk about that stuff. But I was so intrigued by the conversation that took place this morning with Black Fight Fan TV and 78 Sports TV that I wanted to give just a little bit different view of it, right? Because I also went to there's this lady running for president who's an AKA, right? Not a lot of people understand sororities, like the demographic of Greek fraternities, right? You're like, people are like, why is this black dude got a Greek fraternity? Well, why do you think they would have Greek names? Where were they founded? Universities. When were they founded? 1908 to 1911. What was going on in 1908 and 1911 that would have black people to make organizations with Greek names? That's the only organization they were allowed to have, because there was already charters on that university that allowed for Greek letter organizations. So they started a Greek letter organization. They would not have been allowed to have an African named organization on that campus. And there was only 10, 15 of them on those campuses, because those campuses that they were all founded on, all of them were founded on majority white institutions. University of, except for I think maybe somewhere at Hampton, but the first ones were, I don't remember where the Alpha was, but mine was University of Indiana in the Midwest, right? That's the only place they could start. And there wasn't that many people in there, so they had to have a reason to gather. If they were gathering and they didn't have an official piece of paper from that university allowing them to gather, they wouldn't have been allowed to gather. That's why it started. And that's why it started with those names. But who started them? And who do you think started a lot of that other shit? They started that other shit. They started that shit. Cornell, yeah, Cornell, there you go. Ivy League schools, that's now they can, but the organizations are already set. But here's the thing. Now, those organizations are predominantly gay. Predominantly. Predominantly, because now we're talking about kids that are able to get into college. And the kids that are able to get into college, by and large, are Black LGBTQ numbers, and our educated people are now pushing for pushing for those rights, and because they see themselves as that. James Baldwin didn't push for that. The biggest problem, but they're being sold because they're young kids. They're young kids. There was this one guy who was enlarged. I can't say predominantly, but heavily. Black colleges and universities, heavily gay organizations. Absolutely. And it's not accidental. I'm just telling you. Just go look at Black Lives Matter. Right? Look at Black Lives Matter. And you can say it's right or it's wrong or whatever. I'm not saying right or wrong about it. I'm just saying what it is. These young men and women are the ones that are getting the grades. They're the ones getting, they're the ones with the high enough SAT scores and ACT scores, right? That's what they're doing. Because that's where they're funneling. That's where their communities are. So they're engaging themselves to get to those communities, and they get to those communities, and they are going to be the ones that have the most influences on the laws that affect the rest of us. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm telling you that is the case. That is the case. And I think that's why I think it's so important to have fathers in the home. And whatever you do, however your kids wind up, man, be there with your son. Be there with your son. I think the human mind is a lot more flexible than people think it is. And to have you with your son, just be with your son, for him to be with your mother, they see that balance. And you can raise your child. You can see what's going on. You can help form their view of the world. And it's not healthy. I don't believe it's healthy for a young man not to have a father with him. I don't believe it's healthy. Or unless the father is so abusive and so torn up that he's really hurting the child by being there. But I don't really think that's the case. Nearly as much as they need you, your son needs you. Your son needs you. He needs to be around a male. He needs that. But if you read what Black Lives Matter's website, they say that they want to do away with the nuclear family. So you have two men raising a son, right? Or two women raising a daughter, or a man or just a woman raising a woman raising a daughter and raising a son. But how can you fix that system? Only thing you can do is fix yourself. The only thing you can do is you can be determined that you're going to be there for yours. That's it. Because nobody can convince you not to do what you think is right. If it's in your power. And your power is you have a child, you can be with your child. That's the one child or two children that you have the ability to create a system and put it in place that you believe is going to lead to the well-being of that child. And if we all do that as individuals, then there is no great system that we need to develop. It's just a series of individuals doing what they're supposed to do, what they all believe that they're supposed to do, That's even within the LDBC, right? 78 Sports TV said that, and I'm admitted, I was one of the guys that said 78, we need rules, we need da-da-da, right? I dropped it. Because people that know what to do what they're supposed to do. If you know what you're supposed to do, you have to do it. You know what it is to be in a community with somebody else. You know what it is. You know what you should and shouldn't do. You know if you're doing some shit that's fucked up. You know if you're riding somebody's coattails, or you're hating on somebody, or you're trying to diminish somebody's you know if you're stepping on somebody's toes. It's just whether or not you decide whether or not you think that's right to do. I know that I'm just going to use the LDBC as an example. I know damn well when 78 Sports TV goes on at 7 o'clock tonight. I know that. Okay? I'm not going on. I know KQKC boxing is going to be coming on at a certain time. I'm not going on. I don't need 78 to tell me that. He ain't my daddy. I got a lot of respect for him, but he doesn't have to tell me that. I know not to do that because that is causing a problem for Blue Blood. Why would I go on at the same time Blue Blood Sports TV is going on a live stream thing? Why? Why would I do that? If I feel like it's important that he's successful, if I believe it's important for him to be successful. Now, if I think it's important for him not to be successful, then I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I got to believe that people can go through that process in their own mind, right? I don't, and what I might believe is right and wrong might not be right and wrong. That's just how I view it. It might not be an issue at all for anybody else. Blue Blood, if I went on at the same time Blue Blood went on, he might not even care. But hey, whatever, man. That's all good. I'm going to do mine, you do you. Whoever picks whatever, if you can watch what, you know what I mean? You can do that. But taking that example into, rules and regulations that people, not necessarily rules and regulations are meant to restrict people, right? And tell you what you can't do. Typically, a rule is saying that something you have to do or something that you shouldn't do. A code is how do you react? What do you want to do? And you have to set your own values, right? So what am I going to do? How do I react to somebody telling me, pull over and let me see your license? And I wasn't speeding. How am I going to react? Well, my code is that I see him pull up. I'm going to take my license out, my registration's out. I'm going to lay it on my glove compartment on my dashboard. Then I'm going to put my hands, both of my hands on my wheel. And I'm going to do that every single time that I'm ever pulled over. That's going to be my reaction to that. What am I going to do when I wake up in the morning? I am going to wash the dishes from last night. I am going to vacuum my floor. I am going to make breakfast for my son. I'm going to drive him down. What am I going to do when I get my son? And what's my reaction when I see my son when he comes home? Do you have homework? What is your homework? When are you going to do your homework? And then before he goes to bed, did you do your homework? Right? That makes things predictable and repeatable. My son knows that that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. And it makes the possibility of me succeeding more. It makes the chance of me being successful in a goal that I have better. Right? That's the whole function of a system. You want a system that's in place to be predictable and repeatable. That's the purpose of a system. Any system. You want predictable, repeatable results and desirable results, right? So I had argued with my brother. I said, "Oh no, I think that racism is a system." Or I was like, "No, it's not a system. It's just whether you feel." I'm like, "Look, man. Anytime that you can predict the outcome of something, more than likely there's a system there. Otherwise, how would you be able to predict it? You had to use something to predict it." Stumped up. Got a point there. You might not believe that that's a system, but I believe it's a system. Who set up the system? Who administers? I don't care who set it up. All right. Some people don't believe that there's a God. Some people don't believe that there's a creator, but I can tell you this, there's a cardiovascular system in my body, right? The fact that I can't explain to you who set up or designed my cardiovascular system doesn't mean that it's not there. It's there and it's a system. So I need to go jog. Okay. I might not want to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day because that's going to interrupt my system. That's bad for the system, right? So if we have a system that you can perceive, how do you compensate for the existence of that system to get the desired results, your desired results? Anytime you can reproduce, there's a system in place. Yep. Would be an awesome PE teacher. Anyway, man. So look, man, I just wanted to get into that a little bit, man. You know, it is what it is. Are your kids are all that matters? The rest is all BS. Yeah, pretty much. Forgive me, man. I got my nose up in the storm. Look, man, like I said, this is the stuff that I talk about that we do on the Patreon. I would hope that you guys would join the Patreon. Our goal is to eventually get up to about 500 people that we can talk to. I'll start doing live streams on the Patreon and address specific questions. It's really hard to do like I just can't do these type of conversations on a regular basis on YouTube. You know, excuse me. It's very difficult to do, especially when you have people that want to flag and get rid of you. Because I'm telling you, man, I think that one particular issue with that Empire guy is it's an example of it. It's an example of it. That doesn't hit what happened, what he did. That bullshit doesn't do any good for black people and for me. As a black person in America, it doesn't do me any good with that bullshit that they're doing. First of all, people ain't gonna believe it. Already not gonna believe it because it doesn't sound true. It doesn't sound true. And you're connecting an issue. You're connecting the issue of racism with the issue of gender identity for the benefit of resolving and having greater acceptance of people that have gender identity issues. So you're basically in my opinion, it's like they're stealing. And that's why I told my daughter when she walked out and I got to take this thing down, I was like, look, babe, I want you to understand this. And you can understand, you can believe me or not, but I want you to understand my perspective of this when you go to college. Because you're a bright young lady. Your biggest problem that you'll have in society is not that you're a woman, it's that you're black. I agree, and I understand that there are problems related to being a woman, right? Just like there's problems that people suffer because of the fact that they want to have relationships with people that are of the same sex. But you can't solve those problems until you solve the problems that are around because you are non-white. You can only solve one problem at a time. And when that problem is solved, then we can move on to a second. And then it will make solving those other problems much easier because you've now developed a system where there's a standard understanding of justice and fairness in the world. You cannot solve your problem about being a woman unless there is already been established that you know how to fix the problem that occurs between men and women that are not European. You have to solve that first. But in trying to act as if I have a different set of problems than you have, it might be true, but I also got a different problem than somebody who is shorter than me, right? There might be people, I have a different set of problems than people that are from the South who have a Southern accent, right? There's all kinds of different problems, but that just adds confusion. What is the main common denominator? Deal with the common denominator. And my daughter was like, well, you know, that I was like, but look, you don't have to agree with me, but I want you to understand that at least that's how I view it. Now you got to develop your own world, and then you got to live and develop your own code of behavior, how you're going to react to certain circumstances and do all that. And then, you know, that's all I can do. Fahim Sator said, Fannon, you get so much because you make so much sense. Yeah, man, you know, look, man, there's the issues around boxing. And, man, look, man, if they saying my name, whatever, man. I'm telling you what I believe. Okay? And I don't know who irritates me more. The people that will just blast on me and argue with me all the time, or people that run away with my conversations. Like, just sitting and listening and taking it all in. Man, I appreciate that, man. I mean, you know. Peace for now. Oh, yeah, you get some. Yeah, I get a lot of hate, man. But it's whatever. I don't pay attention to them. I don't watch them long enough, man. Snacks B, my lady in the bed waiting and chose to be here. Ain't that something? When you get to the Patreon, will you email what I will email you what I did. When you get to the page, you keep saying that, KQKC. I don't know what you mean by that. What's going on, Broderick Hunter? What's Ashton Blackton get? What'd you get kicked out for, dog? Sanford and Son or Good Times are examples of what? Yeah, people know what they're doing. If you're talking about that other issue, yeah. That's why I stopped harassing. I was trying to push real hard for like people to have specific time slots and stuff like that with the NLWBC, but you know, I'm not gonna get into all of that, man. I'm gonna hype up cats. For now, what's your opinion on Terry Crews? Terry Crews he doesn't respect black people. That's what I think. And he's scared of white men. That's the only thing that I can see without doubt is that he's scared of white men and he doesn't respect black men. Because somebody can walk up to you and grab your testicles, rub your testicles in front of your wife, and you're going to go run to the press and cry sexual assault. But 50 Cent say laugh at you, and then you want to whoop him, then you want to slap the shit out of him, right? See, like, you know, run-of-the-mill approach that a lot of cats have. You're all big and bad. You big and bad with black people. You're big and bad with black people. But you see them across the street, they say boo to you, you shut your ass up and go in your house. Same, and no difference than a bunch of kids running around neighborhoods with guns. You all Mr. Bad, fucking bits, Mr. Big and Bad. When you got your gun, you see some other little black kid walking around, you willing to take his life, you willing to slap his mama, you willing to run up in his house, you're willing to run up into his funeral home, shoot up the body of somebody, shoot up his casket. But let a policeman show up on the block, you run like roaches because you're scared of him. You have no respect for yourself. And you're frightened. They don't have respect for you, and you don't have respect for you. That's what I think. Like my dad said, my dad would say this: only two people think that black people can't do something. Black people and white people. Terry Crews was scared of that little white dude. Scared of what he could do to him. What could he do to him? Not give him a job. That's what he's scared of. Scared of not being able to get a job. Scared of not being able to feed himself. Scared of losing his career. Scared of losing his career. What makes him afraid of 50 Cent? Nothing. 50 Cent just another one of them. Gives a fuck what he thinks. I'll slap shit out of his little ass. He ain't gonna say no shit to me. I'm 6'2", 245 with 8% body fat. I'll whoop his ass. What does he got? You know? That's what I think of Terry Crews. That's why I think Muhammad Ali is so brave. He wasn't playing. He wasn't scared of people taking it. Oh, okay, I'll be broke. I got my people. Right? All right, put me in jail. What you gonna do? Put me to jail? Put me in jail. I'll be in jail. Okay, great. I lose everything. I got it. I'm still going to say what I think because I'm not afraid of you. Terry Crews scared of him. Terry Crews scared of him. Scared to death of that little dude. So much so, dude, if somebody walked up and grabbed your testicles, dude, how are you not going to? This dude assaulted you, dude. He might as well punch you in the face. Tell me what is more of an affront, him grabbing you in the testicles or him walking up and slapping you in the face? What's the difference? This dude just changed it from grab his testicles to slap him in the face. What's Terry Crews going to do? Oh, you slapped me in the face. Call the police. Assault. What would he have done if Terry Crews, if 50 Cent would have slapped him in the face? He'd have drugged 50 Cent's ass around the room. That's what I think of Terry Crews. You're big and bad with us, but when Massa show up, mop the floor. Massa coming home. I told you, mop the floor. Clean it up. He's going to whoop us. That's what I think of Terry Crews. Carver for trying to rape Cat. He's funny. That's what I think, dog. Said he can't beat 50 Cent. I don't know if he can or if he can't. I believe this. 50 Cent ain't going to slap him in his mouth and not get slapped back or not duck. That dude didn't even duck. You didn't see that dude like, what? In front of your wife, too, dog. In front of your wife. They'll be like, he gonna come. They gonna call the police on me. I can't. Oh, baby, his wife might have been. Why didn't you hit him? Why would he tell you he's gonna let him grab you in the nuts? They might have called but he might have called the police on me. He might have called the police on me, and all in front of all these good folk. I mean, I got this job. I got this movie I want. That's what I think. I work with a lot of people like that, and they wonder why I don't deal with them. I mean, that's my view on it. I wasn't there. That's just my, off the top of my head thought, man. Why change the conversation of who beats who? Crews is still abroad. But now I got my side hurting. I'm just saying, hey, dog. That's what I think. When I used to go downtown to Chicago, there'd be in the corporate world, in the work around nothing but European world. When I worked for a consulting company, I came out of school, I worked for a consulting company, right? And I can always tell there's two type of Negroes that work in those companies, okay? Two. Ones that will say hello to the janitor and the ones that will walk by the janitor like they didn't see him. Two types. Because the only people that are going to be there most times are you and the janitor. I can't tell you how many places I've worked with. It was just me and the janitor. It's just me and the janitor. Right? I'm there working. He's there working. I'm a consultant. He's mopping the floor. Right? That's what it is. I will say, what's good, Reggie? How you feeling today, man? Yeah, man, I saw the Bears game. Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, I'll see you later, man. Have a good day. Right? Other cats, Reggie's in the hallway, walk right by him. Ain't got nothing to say. To him because they don't want to see, they don't want to be associated. They're embarrassed by the janitor. Because they want to be seen as something different. They've worked their life not just to earn money, but to be different than that guy. And they don't want to see the connection. They don't want to see the connection to him. And they don't want to have him talking to him. Because he's an embarrassment. And I'm talking about in the corporate world. Who are you going to say hello to? Are you going to speak to the janitor? Or are you not going to speak to the janitor? When you take out your garbage in the morning and you living in your nice ass neighborhood and the garbage man comes by, are you going to say what's up to the garbage man? Or are you going to leave your garbage out and make sure that none of your neighbors see you talking to them? There are cats that won't talk to the garbage man. Won't talk to the janitor. Terry Crews seemed like one of those type of dudes. But if they need that money and they're like, look, I need you to be in this Friday movie. I need you to be in this dress. Okay, I need you. They right there for it. 350-pound man, 250-pound man. Smiling and dancing. Gets that money though. What's that? Listen, I go out of my way to speak to those perceived as the lowest in society. Man, dude, see, to me, man, it's just like it's somebody there, man. Say hello. It's just a job. It's just a job, man. You're making money. They're making money. Regardless, say hello. What's the problem? What's the problem with saying hello? Whoever it is, man, be polite. That's a human being. You're a human being. Say hello. I'm telling you, man, ain't nobody this. My dad would tell me this, man. I told my dad one time, I was like, man, I just want to get to a higher level. Like in life, I want to get to a higher level in life. My dad said, look, son, there are no levels. There are no levels. And my dad's an extremely successful dude, man. So there are no levels. It's just your life. It's no levels. It's just your life. Eat, drink, shit, sleep, have a wife. It's the perception of these levels. It's the perception of what do you call it? The perception of it's not the perception of differentiation, but the perception of diversity, right? Even in the way that your mind processes the things that you see. It's the contrast that draws your attention. But, you know, that's just something else, man. Be polite and free. Absolutely, man. Their debt to income ratio is often better too. Yeah, you got that right, dude. Hey, man. Yeah, my dad, I have a great dad. I have a great dad. My dad is a good dude, man. Fannon got the Ali spirit. Hey, you know, some just got lucky more than others. Yeah, pretty much. Classism is real though, Fannon. Yeah, it is. Absolutely it is. But caste is just as real as class. And I don't think black people have a class problem. We have a caste problem. Mexicans, you got the same thing. You have a caste problem, not a class problem. It's not whether or not you're more intelligent or how much money you have that is the major barrier to you having a sense of completeness in your life or whatever. It's the fact that you are in a caste. You are Hispanic. You know what I mean? And you walk out the door, and that's the first thing that you judge yourself by. It's the first thing that's stamped on your birth certificate. But anyway, man, look, man, I like I said, man, I don't want to do that all day. We have a huge task problem, the belief in that problem. Oh, yeah, cast. It's a cast. But it is what it is, man. Look, man, I don't want to get into all of this shit all day, dog. I really didn't. Who got him? I like boxing. I like boxing too. Y'all, wow. Yeah. That is a little quick to be blogging dude, man. I live in a nice, what's say? I like a nice ass neighborhood and always say what's up to the garbage man. Oh, live in a nice ass area. That's what, yeah, dude, you know, whatever, man. It's just what it is. But like I said, man, I was gonna do a little non-boxing talk today, man. I'm not gonna let this. I let it go on a little too much longer than I wanted to. Madison Square Garden, April for Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan, man. I do not like that. I do not like that fight. Well, I mean, I guess you got to have it. I just want to see Terrence Crawford in a great fight, man. Like a fight that I think he has a chance that I don't know whether he'll win. That's, you know, he's going to whoop Amir Khan, dog. There ain't no two cents about that, dog. He going to whoop him, and there ain't no two ways about it, dog. Layla D. He trying to say Fannon, shut the fuck up and talk boxing. Yeah, you know, people do that, but he likes boxing. Fannon, we Nigerians only have a class problem. We don't really have a caste problem. Yeah, you do. You have a caste problem, son. Within your company, within your country, you might have class problems. But in the world, you got a caste problem. And let me tell you, you're going to have a very big problem coming up, okay? Because speaking specifically of Nigeria, go to Watson's Institute on Public Policy and listen to the presentation that was made about Nigeria specifically. And the fact that in 100 years, you guys have the biggest projection and growth rate, population growth rate in the world. Compared to everybody else, your shit is like everybody else's population is going like this. Your population goes like this. So what you're going to wind up happening is there's going to be major pushes from the outside in to number one, have your women join the workforce, right? Have your women join the workforce so that they have jobs to do instead of having children. Because the problem with you guys having such a large population is that then you guys are going to be the center for labor, right? So instead of NAFTA, like South America and North America being where you're making clothes and they're making, developing products, right? In South America and China, that's going to shift to Africa. It's going to shift to Nigeria, right? That region, because it's the highest growth population because you need the labor. And that then will shift political and economic power to that area, which is not desirable for the Western Hemisphere. So what's going to start happening is you're going to start seeing a lot of social engineering taking place in Nigeria, not just the issues between like religious issues, right? Which we have Muslim and Christian issues going on. You're going to start having major influences in social engineering going on with the purpose of slowing down your birth rate. So you got a caste problem, friend. You got a caste problem. Your grandkids got a caste problem coming and coming fast. Believe it. Go check out the Watson Institute for Public Policy, where they talk about it. And they talked about it as if it was a problem. They weren't even playing. They were talking about it. They used the word scary. The birth rate in Nigeria and in Western Africa is scary to Western powers. Scary. You got a caste problem, friend. Nino Brown in the building. How did I miss Nino Brown, man? God dog, man. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me go to the super chats, man. Yeah, don't think you out the woods because you're sitting over there, friend. You ain't out the woods, homie. You're not out the woods. And when they use scary, like that school of political science and political study literally think you're more scary than China. Because China's birth rate is leveled off. Everybody else's birth rate is leveled off. Yours is not leveled off. Yours is spiking. And it's on prediction to spike beyond belief in the next 100 years. So they're going to try to, there's going to be a lot of stuff put in place to stop that. Nino Brown, I own a small cleaning company and I also work in IT. I come across a lot of brothers that look at me crazy because I'm carrying cleaning equipment, but they find out my day job and smile on my face. There you go. Exactly. I was in Atlanta. There was this cat that was he was shining shoes for his dad because that was his dad's business. So he was shining shoes, but he's a music producer. This cat's making ridiculous money now as a music producer in Atlanta. But they talked about the cat like threw a dime at him. One dude did him like this. I was so pissed off at this guy. This dude took a quarter to this guy that was shining shoes, walked away and flipped him a quarter. I was like, man, did you just throw a quarter at that dude? You're a fucking asshole. I mean, dog, I was pissed because he flipped a quarter at him like he was, here you go, boy. That dude he flipped the quarter to, took that quarter, stuck in his pocket. Kept moving. Now he got a Bentley. Beautiful justice there, dog. Let me see. Snacks be in the building. And Stormy B Man said if he got shot, then you could believe. Oh, just beat up. I wouldn't believe shot. Just beat up is enough. I want to see. I don't want to see. I hope that, anyway, man, I just don't believe that dude. You know what I mean? Thanks, man. Sorry. Nigeria is the scam capital of the world. Man, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Nigeria ain't even in the top one. Man, it ain't nowhere near the top scam capital. New York City is the top scam. Man, you kidding me? The scams ain't run in New York? Man, you talking about some old cheap, corny shit. Man, you talk about that scam they run over there on Wall Street, boy, please. They'll steal your whole damn pension fund up from underneath you, and it'd be completely legal. Hell no. You kidding me? Man, that's another thing, that type of crap, man. Why? Oh, he's the Nigerian scam artist. Man, that shit is, get out of here, man. These dudes are the biggest scammers in the world. They got you gambling with all your money. They got all your money. And you call somebody that ain't got no money a scam artist. Are you kidding me? If it's the case, boxing is a scam capital, you ain't lying, dog. He said, exactly, take your house, and ain't nothing you can do about it, dog. We'll drop the value of your house like that. You take out a loan, oh, you buy the house for here, boom, we drop the interest rate. Do you know they got an interest rate that they can change at any time, which changes your net worth like that? They take your money like that just by changing the interest rates. Just by changing the interest rates. Oh, yeah, let's just change the interest rate. And you think that's privately owned. That's not the government messing with your money. That's what private citizens doing that. Get out of here, dude. Inside of man, dude. London is a scam capital. Few dollars compared to trade exam, dog. Don't ever tell about some poor people being the king of scammers. Man, if you the king of scammers, you are rich. Okay? You are mind-bogglingly rich. It's always good to mix it in, my brother. Yeah, we do it every once in a while. We do it. Oh, I missed one. Did I miss one? I think I might have missed one, man. Let me see. Oh, yeah. They will send the liberal feminists to Nigeria to destroy it. Oh, yeah. That was their recommendation. That was their recommendation. Push for women's rights in Nigeria to put women in the workforce. Because if a woman's in the workforce, they're not going to have as many kids. It's population tailoring. You ain't scot-free, homeboy. All right, you ain't scot-free. Oh, Snacks, be enjoy this as usual. Thanks. I appreciate it. I really do, man. I appreciate y'all coming and talking to this, man. Only go with fixed interest rates with home loans. Yeah, man, I made that mistake. Nope. What's it going to be and what's it going to stay? I don't need no variables in that mug. What is it going to be and what is it going to stay? Jamaica, Montego Bay, South Africa, Cape Town are the best cities. Yeah, I was in Cape Town a while ago, dog. I'll tell you, my favorite city is Miami. My favorite city to go to is Miami. Love Miami. Yeah, did you see that guy who bought this $3K house for $16? Yeah, dog, that's a smart guy, dog. And was like, I'm sitting in here, I got it. And they were hot because he didn't go into debt with it. They were hot, dog. I'd be surprised they burned that damn house down. For, hey, you ain't getting over on us. Yeah, I am. He said those Nigerian women will work 70 hours a week and still have 5 children. My favorite scene to go to is San Diego. Yeah, man, you know what's crazy? I've never been to California. Ever. Even never stepped foot in California. It said, yeah, all my law facts. New York is a home of scam artists. Try bargaining or buying somebody in New York. They're going to try to get over on your ass if you ain't up on game. Without a doubt, dude. Yeah, I like New Orleans too. I love New Orleans too. It is. You know what it is, though. But anyway, man, that's me today, man. That's me. Look, it's 11:53. Oh, Super Gang, I'm in Cali, California. Those is beautiful. Those mountains. Oh yeah, you know I like that. Love Miami, dog. Saint New Orleans. I love New Orleans too. I just like anywhere there's a lot of pretty women. I'm cool. Which is why I would love to go to LA. I just don't like to travel, man. I like to be in my house. I like to do what I do, you know. I like to do what I do and be able to come right back to the crib. The Bay Area is killing Miami. Okay, I don't know, man. Fannon, have you ever met a Nigerian woman, the most aggressive female in the world? Yeah, man, I met a lot of Nigerian dudes. They some aggressive ass dudes, man. Those some aggressive ass dudes. I can imagine the women are. The dudes are aggressive. Really, 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 really bright. I typically meet them in college, though. I met most of them I met in college. I got a mortgage reduced from 1,100 to 560. I'm happy in the motherfucker. That's what's up. Yeah, Barry ain't killing shit on Miami. Okay, that's L5 play. Yeah, prettiest woman region where they're from, Louisiana. If American women, Louisiana. Louisiana is beautiful, man. Miami's something special too. But I love I love Louisiana. That's because I'm just partial to Creole chicks. Them Creole chicks be looking good, man. They be looking good. And they're like Southern black women, and they're black women. Like they's Negra. Them chicks be Negro. But you know, they got that little bit of thumbs up. I like that. I've heard that. I can't speak Portuguese. I mean, if I can't speak Portuguese, I can't talk to you, I can't do nothing. Oh yeah, no, he a bitch ass dude. I ain't gonna talk about him today, man. Is Vegas lit or overrated for me? Completely overrated. Because I don't like to gamble. If you got a lot of money, I'm sure it could be out of chain, but I'm not. You know, if I had like $300,000 in a weekend, hell yeah, I'd be killing it in Vegas. But I'm not all that impressed, dog. Tell you the truth. Man, what's good, man? I got my man Ben. You got to see Blood Boxing's new video he put out, dude. Retro boxing and more, man. I have an email I'll send you in a minute with a different old school project I need your help on. I think you'll enjoy discussing because it involves two of your favorite fighters. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd love to do it, man. I want to produce one for you. I want a job, Blood. I want to produce a video, a historical video to air on your channel, dog. I would love to do that, man. Because I want to do one. But man, I just wanted to, fit in the niche of the channel, man. I love your channel, dude. If you guys have not watched Blood's latest video, please check out Blood's on retro boxing. He did something. It was such an intriguing topic on the fight, a rumored fight between Jack Dempsey and Jack Johnson. Man, he did an excellent job on the research. I learned. It was great, man. It was great. I definitely encourage you guys, please go check out that video, man. That should have thousands of views. Yeah, Blood is, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah, oh, see, what your black ass said, a Blood video about Jack Johnson and Jack Dempsey was epic. It was epic. It was terrific. One of the best videos I've seen in a long time. Oh, CLI said, I love, women. I love, and I'm from Detroit. Yeah, man. You know. Now, my favorite women to date, though, which is different. Like my favorite women to date, if I was single, I'm married, so it's not real life. This is retrospect. New York. That was some fun shit to me, dog, because them chicks are some aggressive ass women. It's like, oh, what the fuck is going on here, dog? I mean, y'all, you try, like usually like in Chicago, you got to try to holler at them. In New York, they holler at you. I was like, what? Oh, I can get with this shit. I can get with this. I mean, my experience, you don't have to wonder whether they like you or not. They're going to tell you straight to your face, hey, I like you. Hey, okay, No, I don't need to buy you flowers and all that shit. Flowers would be nice, but look, I'm just telling you what the deal is. Love it. Love it. For now, which city you think got the best and worst females? I don't want to diss anybody's city because they all got a bunch of women, dog. All right. I'm gonna say the best type of places for certain type of women. Okay. If you like chocolate chicks, like you like chocolate, like black chocolate, you like that? Memphis, Mississippi, that shit is on fire, dog. Like if you go to a strip, like you go to a strip club in Memphis, I don't go there. I used to go there in Memphis. If you like dark chocolate chicks, Memphis, Tennessee, Mississippi, that shit's off the chain. If you like thick chicks, I would say Chicago because they got the thick ones. I mean, because the diet in the winter time, they got a lot of chicks that are just big, strong chicks. So that's nice. If you like exotic looking chicks, Louisiana, little towns like Opelousas and Lake Charles and New Orleans, that shit's crazy. Houston, because they got a lot of that feed in there. I've not been to LA, so I can't talk about LA. But I've heard nice things. Miami, every kind of thing, dog, it's a bunch. Now, just garbage like Iowa, you're going to be stuck dating some, like you want like Boise, I know, like Boise, not Boise, like Idaho, like Iowa, shit like that. Nah, you can keep it. You know what I mean? You can keep it. You can keep that type of shit. But, if there's a major city with a population, you're going to find some dimes, dog. They everywhere. But special types of chicks, New Orleans got that special type of. New Orleans got that. Louisiana got that. Hey. So for me, New Orleans and like the Mississippi area. Like Mississippi. But that's if you really like that chocolate. You like that chocolate, you got to go to Mississippi, Tennessee, like Memphis area. That's how I say. That's my experience anyway, man. Vermont women got no. Oh, Texas. Yeah. Oh, man. But that's just, I'm happy with the one I got, dog. I'm just telling you. I'm happy with the one I got. Didn't a lot of black chicks leave New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina? Yeah, a lot of people did leave, dog, but they breed them there, dog. Because they ain't not from New Orleans. They be from Lake Charles. Trust me. They can't get rid of them. That's where they're from. And when I'm telling you that's where they're from, that's where they've always been from. I hear a lot of people talking about who the original Indians and all that, dude. A lot of them Creole chicks, they are Indians. They are Choctaw. They're not mixed chicks. They're from there. They ain't going nowhere. They still there. And they've always left. They've always gone to Houston, gone to LA. A lot of them. Like Beyonce, man. Beyonce, that her mama, that's them chicks from Louisiana, dog. They've always left. They keep breeding them, dog. They ain't going nowhere. They keep breeding them. Dog. They chocolate way more than. Oh, you know what? Because they got the Jamaicans. London got that Canada, Jamaica thing. So they got a lot of Jamaicans in London, dude. A lot of Jamaicans. Say them Creole women are bad. Yeah, dog. Them some special chicks. But look, man, like I said, and I married me one. So, I ain't complaining, dog. I'm locked up with one. Hey, it is what it is, though. But look, man, I got to get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody stopping by, man. I'm sorry I had to have that little non-biased talk. But please subscribe to the Patreon. I'm about to upload some to Patreon now. I hope that you'll join, because I really want to get to the point where I've got regular conversations and live streams on Patreon. And that way we can really chop it up, man. Because, there's maybe like 500-600 people that we really chop it up and talk to on a regular basis with different shows. So, if you're one of those cats, man, I'd really appreciate it if you join the Patreon so we can do that. You know what I mean? Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.